Yo guys, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Indiana Jones with another reaction video, guys. Today we got TikToks here recently that have gone viral. It's up to you to believe them or not. And remember, this is for entertainment purposes only. Let's check them out.
How do we over the citizens of this state? How do we do that?
What if we use taxpayer money to help fix the roads and create public transportation like trains and buses and stuff?
Okay, that sounds like our government is actually doing something good.
Right.
We need to do bad.
You didn't let me finish. Sure, they can ride the bus and the train or the subway or whatever, but they have to pay to do it.
That's genius.
Right? People are forced to pay taxes. It's not a choice. It's mandatory. And yet we still have to make them pay for the thing that they paid to make.
Can you imagine having to take the bus to work where you earn that money that gets taken out for taxes to pay for that bus, but you still have to pay the ride the bus?
The speech that the farmers need to give up their farms before 2030, specifically that year. Yeah, so that's not a coincidence. That year doesn't come out of nowhere. So that year is basically the deadline that our global elites have given our country and will probably give you to abide by these new regulations. And that agenda is called the 2030 agenda. And now I have a slide showing you what that entails. So the 2030 agenda is a United Nations agenda. So there we go. Everybody is part of the United Nations, right? The entire world. And this agenda consists of 17 what they call sustainable development goals. And when you take a look at them right there, you're like, well, what's wrong with that? You know, they all
smart
seem
cities on there?
Very noble. No poverty, no hunger. Who could be against that? However, if we take a closer look at how they actually want to accomplish all of this, anybody with two functioning brain cells realizes that this cannot happen unless there is an active and maybe even forceful redistribution of goods, foods, property, and our rights, which basically comes down to the obliteration of all of our basic liberties and our rights. And these goals, as I said, are not restricted solely to the Netherlands. They are global. And that's where we see their true motive. The people behind this want to establish a one world government, a new world order in which they decide what we eat, when we eat, where we travel, when we travel, who we meet, and what we are allowed to spend our money on. Basically, control over every single aspect of our lives. And I'm sure that many of you have heard the famous...
That sounds like the Hunger Games apocalypse. What happened to them? You know, once upon a time in the Hunger Games, they lived like we did. You know, land of the free, home of the brave. And now, you know, they're going to put us in different factions, guys. Except here, there's 15 factions, aka districts, according to the Hunger Games. That's wild. And this is supposed to be campaigning in 2030, guys.
Sentence from Klaus Schwab, you know, where he says, you'll own nothing and you'll be happy. Yeah. Right? Yeah. That's this agenda. So why are the people behind this agenda specifically targeting farmers? Well, it's because obviously they really want our way of life and the things that we eat to radically change. They don't want us to eat foods that make us strong. They want us to eat synthetic meat created by Bill Gates. They want us to eat bugs. They want us to drink soy milk so that we become weak and obedient.
That's
and
sad.
We do as they say and we buy what they offer.
Watermelons may be fake. You see when you are walking into the grocery store nowadays and head to the fruit section. Watermelons, grapes, bananas, cucumbers, and a few others are no longer containing their seeds. Is it odd that they say it's for our convenience? Has it also ever crossed your mind on why the state of Michigan bans most stores from selling seeds? While these foods may still have benefits, you always want to be picking the fruits with seeds, because the seeds contain the most nutrients and are also capable of reproducing life. When you are taking away the seeds from the fruits, you are then removing the ability to regrow these fruits and crops. Big corporations despise this because they want us to buy fruit from them, and that is why they selectively breed these varieties to not have seeds and not be found in nature. And they are now trying to do this to more than 90% of herbs and plants. So what should you do, you may be asking? You need to stock up on herbs in bulk so you can supply them to your family. So when the apocalypse comes, you will be prepared.
You know, I've been telling my family, because we've been seeing lots of videos like this, you know, whether it's in their feed or my feed here on the computer. Yo, it seems like nothing is real anymore, guys, when it comes to vegetables and fruits, no matter where you shop at. I've been seeing people poke a watermelon and it's just gushing out, like as if it's bleeding out. And I've never seen watermelon do that. Usually when you poke a watermelon, everything stays inside of it. But man, I've been seeing a lot of these videos, guys, and I've been telling my family, hey, we need to start making our own gardens, planting. But that's another thing. That's another topic too, because it's hard to do that legally. Like anything they see you grow, especially if it's not your land. Most people nowadays just rent, unless if you know you're wealthy and stuff, and you got a house and you got some land. But man, you can't do anything, guys. The government really is plotting something for the future for us, guys. That's what I believe.
I can't say much more here. Take the leap while you still can and stay ahead of the game.
All conspiracies contain a nugget of truth. Watch
Yes,
this.
they do.
About your conspiracy, brother.
There aren't that many conspiracy theories anymore because we found out that all conspiracy theories, there's a nugget of truth in there. It came from somewhere. That's where it became a theory. And then it progressed to the point where it became a conspiracy theory because there was something there. See, in our industry, who pays you is who tells you what narrative you
I know we've seen this
allowed
before. It
to
just
browse.
feels good to
And
watch
I'm
it
not paid, so I own my
narrative.
narrative. Wow. So, if in media, somebody's getting paid.
I've got one that can see.
Pay attention, y'all. They have to let us know first before they can do anything to us. That's how God laid it out for these little demon.
Yo, that little clip before this one popped up about saying, oh, I got one that can see, that reminds me of the Divergent series, guys. To be, what was it called? To be divergent, they put in this this thing in these people inside the show, this drug, to where you're pretty much being controlled, like a clone type of controlled. But it's like a drug, an injection drug that they inject everybody with, and that's how they can tell if you're divergent or not. Divergent series has been like trying to warn us too, guys. I know I mentioned the Hunger Games series earlier, but now that's like a little parallel right there, guys. Parallel universe right there, guys. That's insane.
They can't with us without letting us know that they're about with us. Remember Men in Black? They read the National Enquirer for the real news, and they didn't watch the fake news because that ain't the news. They tell the truth in them little rags, but everybody thinks it's fake. Remember the TV show Fantasy Island? It's Epstein Island, man. See, that little Mexican at the beginning? That's a little boy fantasy. That's why we said, the plane. I be thinking. Look at all the Simpson episodes, like the one when they killed Kobe in the helicopter. See? You think that's a coincidence? No. They have to let us know what they're going to do. Will Smith in that gay scene in 6 Degrees of Separation. Y'all acting surprised. They've been telling us.
I haven't seen that.
The only conspiracy theory I believe is the Nick Cannon conspiracy theory.
And what's the Nick Cannon conspiracy theory?
Is the fact that Nick Cannon is having all these kids so that he can like get like bone marrow or something from them, and it won't hurt them.
Oh,
because he got 12 kids. And he's just having these kids back to back, no child support. He has contracts. He's in all the maternity shoots. I believe it is because he was sick and he needs some kind of bone marrow or some kind of testing. So he's having more than one child. And Mariah kids don't count. Mariah Carey kids is not getting touched.
So only 10 kids.
Only them 10 kids is getting touched. Okay. Because Mariah Carey kids is the rich kids. Right. His other baby mothers, they broke. They regular women. You just hear about the kids. You don't hear about no drama. Right. It's because it's contracts. It's things set in place. It's NDAs that has been signed. I believe this conspiracy theory. He's not just having kids to have.
Come look at this. Hey, if Nick Cannon wants to follow in the steps of Alexander the Great, y'all look him up, man. He did the same thing. Look what happened to him. I mean, God punishes those that don't abide by him. You know. He doesn't want us doing that stuff no more to begin with. So, but I mean, looking nowadays, you know, he was an influence to a lot of people. Nick Cannon was, and he's probably doing that influence to spread all across the world to these other men that think they can get away with it too. You know what I mean? So, unless if you got money nowadays, then, you know, and which he does. That's why he has multiple women and children.
The devil has always used music as a cue to bow.
Hi, I just want to rock. Body yada yada.
Look at his face.
It's in my brain. Do you know that? It's living rent free. I can't get it out. You did that.
Yeah, it's hypnosis.
And she laughed.
Now you're going to tell me that you can listen to music and not be affected by it?
Come on.
You've lost your whole mind.
Your whole mind.
100%.
1000%.
Oh no, Brother Chavis, I just like the beat. No. It's impossible. It's impossible. Listen to me. It is scientifically impossible to only listen to the beat.
Bring it out.
You ingest the words.
You are what you eat. You are what you
and we
listen
wonder
to.
why we keep having teenage girls get pregnant. And all they do is listen to songs about fornication. Hello, somebody. And we wonder why we can't get behind the preacher when he preaches is because you've allowed the world to preach to you through your earbuds for 30 hours this week. And you expect the preacher to get through to you in an hour?
Cranberry juice, right? I used to love cranberry juice, especially to mix my drinks with. But you know, I switched to the diet when I was trying to lose weight. You see, it only got 5 calories, and then 100% of the profit go to farmers. You see it? And then only 1 gram of sugar. So I'm like, nice.
Flip it over.
I'm paying attention to the ingredients, and just see right here, natural flavors, which isn't natural. You see citric acid. How you say that, babe? Fumaric acid. Sodium citrate, ascorbic acid,
all that.
Isoflame, potassium, red 40. I'm wondering why they put red food coloring in cranberry juice when it's already red. What I did, I made a switch from that to this right here. Pure cranberry juice. Notice in the ingredients, notice the difference. Contains 100% fruit juice, ingredients, cranberry juice, and it's red. And what I do, I mix a little spring water with it and some agave and shake it up, and that thing tastes even better. My name is Jabez El Israel. I lost 100 pounds, still eating the foods that I love to eat. That's why I wrote my book. This was me in 2014. We've helped thousands of people lose weight with this book. You know, I was eating chicken, rice, bread, pasta, drinking what I like. I had to learn how to choose the right versions of the foods that I like to eat. We're doing 50% off for Mother's Day if you want to grab a copy. We got the discount link under my profile picture. Prayers up, blessings up.
Brief history lesson on the Bible.
In the year 16,
I need y'all to listen now.
The Vatican removed 14 books from the Bible. To this day, there is no explanation as to why, and the Vatican is happier with the general population not knowing. There were originally 80 books in the Bible when it was translated from Latin to English back in 1611. These days there are only 66. The missing books are known as the Apocrypha, which in Greek means hidden. The missing books include Esdras, Tobit, Judith, the Wisdom of Solomon, the Songs of the Three Holy Children, Bel and the Dragon, Maccabees, and the prayer for Manasseh. Even stranger is that Jesus' name was spelled Aesus before these 14 books were removed. The church changed the pronunciation and spelling. If they had never changed anything, you'd pronounce Jesus' name as Yahushua.
Hello,
Now, one
but
thing that I can
Yahusha.
say, and I have read these books multiple times, you cannot get the whole story if you haven't read these hidden books, because that means you have half the truth. Half the truth is what? A lie. So that means you guys been lied to. I'm just saying.
Now this is fascinating. What if I told you that there is now proof that Jesus lived? The way this ends is just shocking. Okay, so back in 1982, there's this guy, Ron Wyatt. He's digging around in Jerusalem, and he hits the jackpot finding the Ark of the Covenant just chilling 20 feet under where Jesus was crucified. But here's where it gets really trippy. The lid of this Ark, it's cracked in half, and there's this strange dark stuff that had leaked into it. Wyatt, he's curious, so he scoops some of it up and sends it off to a lab in Israel. The lab tests this stuff and turns out it's blood. But not just any blood. This blood's got only 24 chromosomes. All from the mom, no dad. So we're talking about a kid born from just a mother. Wyatt's mind is blown, so he goes back to the spot, does a little more digging, and realizes this blood had dripped down from the exact place where they nailed Jesus to the cross, seeped through the cracks right onto the ark. It's like we're not just talking about faith or beliefs anymore.
That's crazy. The Ark of the Covenant being underneath where Jesus was crucified. I'm gonna have to Google search that one because I'm not sure. I've been told that he hid the Ark somewhere in the desert. We don't know what desert that was. But this is true, man. That's wild. I've seen this before. This is crazy. That boy Garth Brooks.
You allow them to parade around half naked, and when we put on the same clothing that our children are wearing, and then we're telling them, oh, you're going to be cute today. But are we teaching them how to write? Are we teaching them how to read? Are we teaching them how to value the mind that Almighty God gave them? Are we cultivating within them the gifts that He put there that are not gifts that some man will take advantage of? We have to think about that when we start talking about race, because there are men who come into our communities and they take advantage of our little girls whom we have mistaught, whom we have not elevated, whom we have not given a sense of value. So that 75% of the work, it starts with the woman, because she's the one who's going to birth civilization. Y'all can't do it. We love y'all, but y'all can't do it.
China right now, you start talking a little bit about what's called Skynet. And Skynet is this massive surveillance program. Is it cool, Skynet? Yeah, it's ridiculous. So in certain places of China right now, if you want to board a metro, you have to run a biometric. They evaluate whether or not you've been talking about the government online, and they'll drop your social credit score. If you have a poor social credit score, you want to get into your apartment, it says access denied. They don't even let you into your own home. It's getting really crazy. They have facial recognition cameras in every sidewalk, and what they do is if you jaywalk when the light is red, it'll scan your face and it'll deduct money automatically from your bank account. It gets so crazy that in certain places of Shanghai, you want to walk on the sidewalk, you're only allowed to walk in one direction. If you walk in the opposite direction, they scan your face, deduct money from your bank account, and if you don't have money in your bank account, social credit.
I always say China's always so advanced in us. You know, that whole entire region, Japan, China, Vietnamese, whatever you call them. But that right there, man, you just like, if you're not rich in China, it seems like you're just gonna be broke on the street somewhere. But that kind of technology, you can get money taken away from you just by walking the wrong way on the sidewalk. That's insane.
Bread is not bread, and it's absolutely horrible for you. See, to get the fluffy, sweet, delicious bread millions of Americans love to eat, you need a few very special ingredients, like potassium bromate, an additive that makes bread rise, or azodicarbonamide, a chemical to bleach and strengthen the dough. Do you know where else you can find these chemicals? In yoga mats, pesticides, and even explosives.
Oh my
and all
gosh.
these chemicals have one thing in common. They can cause all sorts of... That's why the European Union, the UK, and even China have banned them from food production. But not in America. To this day, the FDA says these additives are generally recognized as safe to eat. Yeah.
Oh, you talking about that?
Look at this. What is that?
Looks like a drone.
Maybe it's a light tower? No, that's no light tower. That's a UFO, man. That's a UFO. That's a UFO. Well, anyways, we're going this way.
What are y'all doing over there?
Oh my god, I'm so scared.
I don't see how that's gonna like prove it or not. Somebody needs to make a recording of a device that can go completely side by side from the whole earth in order to prove it. That's it for the video. I hope y'all like. If y'all have any more comments and thoughts about these videos, please leave your comments down below. And until then, guys, it's your boy Indiana Jones with another one. Y'all stay blessed.